Yeah, no audio. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think that works. I think we're good. I think we're cooking with gasoline here.
Yeah, no audio.
There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think that works. I think we're there we go. Okay. And we just fucking took a second there. Sorry. And also apparently the music I had chosen to play with the intro for thanking the patrons, that is also apparently not working. So I will have to work on that tomorrow. Last minute changes I decided to make to the show. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, Streamlabs is open. Claude Sandshark, that mean Mundane Matt, or streamlabs.com/Mundane Matt. All proceeds coming in go to my VidCon experience, which ultimately turns into your VidCon experience because I'll be streaming a lot while I'm there, and I need to make sure that an Airbnb is procured, as well as a what's it called? Flight, all that jazz. So just, I guess right off the bat, we got here a $14.99 super chat from Comic Artist Pro Secrets saying, "There's our guy, bring on Pepe." Yes. Yeah, Matt Fury and Pepe. There's a thing with that. So let's give it a few minutes here because I want to, we got 89 people watching. Let's see, people get the opportunity to get the notification to come on in. Sometimes it doesn't happen. As I said, this has been kind of weird. Been kind of screwy. We're running stable. Yeah, it's fluctuating. The kilobytes per second are fluctuating like crazy. Let me see if I can drop that down a little bit, if that helps out. So I'm going to I'm definitely going, okay, so I'm lowering the kilobytes per second. Maybe there's something wrong with my network. Maybe it won't look as good, but we're still going to be rocking 720p, so that's going to be fine. They're keep reading. We have the same sub count now. Awesome, man. Congrats. I'm glad that you've got you got 160,000 subs. Shit's cool, man. It's fucking cool. On $3 Theater, I'm hoping to hit I'm hoping I can get 1,500 around there to cross over to the 20,000 sub mark. So that's going to be a thing. So 89 stalkers. Yes. 6 dislikes. As I pointed out last night, the dislike count ultimately means nothing. YouTube puts it there so some people can feel good about being a dick. But it doesn't mean anything. It's the same as engagement, so on and so forth. So yeah, a couple things before we get going tonight. For one, tomorrow, the audiobook and the novelization of Star Wars The Last Jedi comes out. I'm currently in discussions with an audiobook platform for kind of a sponsorship referral situation. And so I've been wanting to jump into doing Star Wars book club stuff over on $3 Theater, because even though shit's gone crazy with the movie, I still very much love Star Wars. I still very much want to push that. So that'll probably be starting to appear pretty soon over on $3 Theater, which is youtube.com/$3 Theater. I think link is in the video description. I did see we just got a Streamlabs donation in, $1. Let me just go and bring that up. I got to make sure to also have that pop up on screen. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. OBS has been a real pain in my ass lately. And for some reason, even tonight, my internet's kind of jumping around. So I'm hoping it holds. I'm hoping it stays. I'm hoping that we have a lot of fun. All right. So our, today we've got, Claude Sandshark, $1, saying, "Here's some not for you to go somewhere, but for you to get a ring for that queen of yours." Did you hear about Chuck Schumer's reason against the dude for SCPs? Trying to pronounce the surname of Normandy, France Barigno. Look for the chat. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Claude Sancho, you can clearly, you can say that what is in the chat. I don't know what you're saying there, man. I'm sorry. Did I hear about Chuck Schumer's reason against the dude for the SPCs or the SCPs trying to pronounce? I don't know, man. You have to explain that one thing. What do I think of the YouTuber Dabu7? Eleanor's, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Jace M, I won't be reading the whole book, but I'll be going through and giving a chapter by chapter summary and breakdown, because apparently there's new scenes and stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to that for a while. No, King, haven't gotten into the articles yet. I haven't covered Rainbow. I literally been on for just a few minutes. Chelsea, I did see Sargon and his posse curb stomp those Antifa today. I saw that go down. And I won't be watching it on stream because I don't want to get a copyright strike from your suggestion. But I did hear about that, yeah. Is that the Southern? I thought it was the Southern Poverty Law Center. It's kind of what it seems like. But I'm looking for Claude Sandshark in the chat real quick. The dude from South Carolina. Hold on, man, because I'm sorry. Like, I don't. Who is the dude from South Carolina? I don't know who the guy from South Carolina is. So I don't know. Hey, what's going on? BJ, man, long time no talk. I haven't turned on my PS4 in a long time. I've been on the Xbox lately. I guess if that's where you're wondering where I'm at. Dabu is like kind of like Alex Jones but smaller scale. I get that. I did see that Sargon took the Antifa flag as a trophy, as a grand, magnificent trophy. I thought that was pretty good. So yeah, it's definitely some fun stuff tonight. Making sure I got all my articles here. Cool beans. So, we are going to start off with an article that I want you guys to definitely pay attention to. I think you're going to get a kick out of it. So what's going on with all the John Campea crap on Twitter? John Campea, as far as I know, is just he's getting wrecked left and right, man. Like, people don't like this guy. I don't get it. He seems perfectly nice to me, but a lot of people don't like him, and that's unfortunate. Do I think InfoWars is on the verge of being removed? Yeah, I do, actually. I think it's going to get severely limited here. I have a feeling that's going to happen. So, all right. Thank you for commenting on my hair. It's gotten a lot better since I started putting product in it, I'll tell you that. Me taking care of myself to an extent. This is what happens when I go out to an audience of people and I want to look pretty good. Quick thoughts on the tariff that Trump's proposed for imported steel. It's dumb. If the rumors are to be believed, and Trump is simply doing this as a way to just because he wants to pick a fucking fight. This is not the fight you want to pick. It's dumb. No one is for this, period. No one supports it. Not one person, maybe outside of Wilbur Ross. And that dude looks like he is like 2 steps away from dead every single day. Porn star Billy Harrington died. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. But rip Billy Harrington. There's a Fuzi Vitali scandal. The thing is, Ritesh, I don't really like cover those kind of dramas because I don't care about those kind of dramas. Like, those things don't interest me, but a lot of people like them. Will I ever consider moving to the East Coast? No chance in hell. I'm not an East Coast fan. Not an East Coast fan at all. So there's definitely that's the thing. So okay. First up, I wanna run through. Hold on, let me start recording. I wanna record this. This is exciting. This is gonna be pretty funny. I want to go through this article here, and I want to get you guys' take on it because if you're curious to know, like, I want to know your guys' thoughts. So let's take a look here. Oh shit! I forgot to fix that. Okay. And Elinars, I did see your super chat. I will get to that a little bit later. I promise you. So here we got this article here, and this is just something I want to go through real quick. It's short. Chicago, or shootings in Chicago, lowest in years. Black Panther is credited as reason. That's interesting, right? I really want to see the you guys in the chat. I want to see what you guys have to say about this one. Now, it says Chicago may be known as the Windy City to the majority of America and the world at large, but to those who reside within its borders is anything but a catchy title. As President Trump so graciously put it during the 2016 presidential campaign, Chicago is basically a war zone. Not a weekend goes by where there aren't at least 40 or more people shot in the city, with 2016 and 2017 being the most violent Chicago has been in the last 2 decades, according to data kept by the Chicago Tribune. And there are some grammatical errors in that sentence. But so far, 2018 has been different. In fact, the number of people shot in 2018 is down 30% from the previous 2 years. However, shooting victims continue to outpace those from 2013 or 2012, 2013, 2014. And so far in 2018, 370 people have been shot, and there have been at least 82 homicides. For comparison, 2016 is the time, or at this time, there were 522 shooting victims and 109 homicides. So many people who view the embattled city that is Chicago are looking at this data and scratching their heads as to why the number of shooting victims and homicides are lower. But the answer is something no one expected, and that would be the release of Marvel's Black Panther. Movie changes lives, man. It just changes lives. The superhero film about the fictional country of Wakanda has taken the world by storm. The movie has been praised for its representation of black people, and that has been reflected by the sheer amount of people that have gone to the theater. It's being speculated that the reason why the shootings are down in Chicago has everything to do with the adventures of Black Panther and his cohorts from Wakanda. Bold claim. Bold claim. Local youth Tyrell Johnson, 17 years old, told the Axiom Dispatch that he was supposed to be at a party last weekend, but instead went to go see the movie with his father. The party was accosted by two men with weapons. Thankfully, while no one was killed, the two people were shot over a dispute involving a woman. Tyrell is very thankful for the movie because the woman in question was a girl he had dated from school. T'Challa, aka the Black Panther, is in theaters now and will return again for Marvel's Infinity War, opening April 27th, 2018. So I want you guys just to think about that one for a second. Was that funny? Because I wrote that. There's clearly problems in the article. I did not proofread it as well as I thought I had. This is the Axiom Dispatch, where the tagline is spurious news you can trust. Spurious is a nice way of saying fake. And so this is something I'm working on for fun, to write little dumb articles, take one element of truth, add one element of fake, and then throw it together and see what comes out. So I started this a couple of years ago. I'm just kind of sharing it with you guys. I did one the other day about the plane blasted by Windmageddon as another harp test on American citizens, kind of channeling my inner Alex Jones, so to speak. Am I lagging out? Am I lagging out again? Looks okay. It's holding. So yeah, I don't know. I may have to stop things and go back, which is stupid. Okay. Let's see if that changes anything up. I might have to reboot the stream, which I don't want to do, but if it's not holding, it's not holding. Nothing I can do. It's fluctuating like crazy. I don't know why. Sometimes OBS does this. It's just lame. But yeah, so this was, I wanted us to see, if you guys enjoyed it. 104 people followed. What does that mean? Does that mean like there's a thing there? Do one of Godzilla. Yeah, Abad and I made that. Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I got the idea before the election, before all the fake news nonsense. I really wanted to work on, many years ago, I wanted to work on, gosh, I will put that together. Let's see if that holds. Cause if it doesn't hold when I record, then I am kind of fucked for tonight, but I might have to go back in and just, yeah. All right. There we go on that one. Okay. I'm recording, so I have to snap it. So a couple of years ago, I think probably more than a decade ago, actually, I had this idea for a website called Forbidden Knowledge, which ultimately was kind of what the YouTube channel I run name came from. And the idea behind that was I really wanted to create something that was similar to like the Weekly World News and International Enquirer, not entirely like The Onion. It is, I guess, in essence like The Onion, but my idea was always take a real life event, right? And then take a real life thing that's happened and then find a fantastical element in order to add to it, in order to kind of punch up the story to make it funnier or make it more interesting or intriguing. It's what I refer to ultimately as like the Clive Cussler approach, which if you've never read Clive Cussler novels, they're awesome, and I highly recommend them. But what he does is he takes a real world event and then adds a fantastical element, like the movie Sahara, for example. That Matthew McConaughey movie from 2005 dealt with a plague in Africa and then added in searching for a lost Civil War ship that had found its way to Africa from the 1800s. And that was one of the, you know, so he takes these kind of big fantastical moments and he adds in all this other stuff. And that's what I wanted to do with it. So I decided to start doing it I think at the tail end of 2015, early days of 2016. And I did like 30 or 40 articles. And then I got all the way up to like Batman v Superman, where I said that like it had failed, so they hired a person from Marvel to come in and fix it. And then I just kind of stopped and whatever. So I thought what I want to do is I moved everything over to a WordPress blog, bought the whole domain stuff, created that. And I'm going to be changing the website here, but ultimately I think it's going to be a lot of fun, where I personally think it's going to be a lot of fun to work on this. It's more to stretch my own imagination and play around. So if you ever see me tweeting this kind of stuff out or sharing it, it's not real. It is entirely meant to be fake. And I'm not trying to like create a viral program, or I'm not trying to create a viral, fake news thing to go big. I just want to write some shit. And then if it does get popular enough, if enough people are checking it out, then I definitely would like to maybe turn it into like a podcast or something, more for just entertainment's sake, to kind of laugh at absurdity while also chuckling at a lot of the craziness around us. No. I'm not sounding like Alex Jones in terms of like, I don't believe what I write. There's a difference there. SOS signal coming from Titanic Rest. Yeah, right. I could totally, again, one of those kind of things could be funny to add into it. And keep in mind, it's like, there's not going to be like huge in-depth pieces. These are meant to be like 500 word articles that I will mostly end up just recording text or speech to text in my phone while I'm out and about, come home and edit them. Clearly I need to re-edit this article because it's not up to snuff. There's a few errors I caught that I thought I'd overlooked. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty funny. And something I'd like to work on for the road. So, I mean, ultimately, it'd be kind of fun to eventually turn into a podcast and then maybe, bring in other people to kind of write shit they find. But for me, I just want to get my own writing skills back up. It's been a long time since I've really kind of sat down, like written anything. And I feel like I've just been reading other people's work for too long that I don't feel creative enough in my own right. So there's that. And I just wanted to share it and see if you guys got a kick out of it. And I'm more embarrassed about the spelling errors or the grammatical problems than anything else. But, those are easily fixed, unlike a video where if I screw up, then I got to pull the whole thing down. And yeah, so there's that. Are we really losing a lot of, yeah, I see. Okay. I'll check Streamlabs here. Are we really getting hit by a lot of, it looks like there's a fair amount of lag. Okay. So Claude Sandshark, $1 super chat here says Schumer, a New York Democrat, said in the Senate floor speech Wednesday that he would not support Greenville attorney Mark Quattlebaum for a vacancy in the U.S. District Court in South Carolina because he is white. Schumer. Oh, God. I hate the fact that, like, meritocracy feels like it's fucking dead. Yeah, bad and it's fake. If it comes from Axiom Dispatch, it's entirely fake. Holy crap. Okay. There's a lot of super chats here, like more than usual. So, okay, let me go through them real quick and then we'll get into the actual stuff. Okay. So Q says Snowden is in China now. At Snowden, welcome to China, border crossing 3 Spartans in darkness. I'm not too sure who Q is, Elinars, but I do appreciate the $5 super chat. Heron Gaming News, Canadian $5, says, what's up with the VidCon thing at the bottom of the screen? What do I think of Trudeau's trip to India? So the VidCon thing is, I'm going to VidCon. VidCon is actually quite expensive. So I figure if I'm going to get tips on the show, like Streamlabs or whatever, I'm going to put it towards a goal. And I figure like the goal would be to pay for VidCon or to whatever, right? But it's like, I'll put a goal, like a big goal. So then it's not like, It's not like I'm always going to be shilling it or whatever, but there's like, you know, something we can work on together sort of thing. So that's the whole point of that. Also, there's going to be other trips I need to go on this year. I'm going to try to go to Mythicist Milwaukee. I'm going to have to pay for that one, and that's going to be expensive. So again, that's kind of where I would figure I'm, you know, if I have to be a dancing monkey and like, ooh, 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 sort of thing, to get your freaking dollars to get me to that point, then I'll do it. But I want to do more traveling. I want to go to these events more, and meet people, network, and build up my brand, build up my business. And I figure I'll take the tip money I get and put it towards that. That way, you know, I'm putting myself through kind of business school by doing this sort of thing. That analogy from being a stripper. Anyway, another $5 from Heron Gaming News says Chicago has the strictest laws but highest amounts of shooting. That is very true. Also, that story. The thing is though, yes, there actually have been the lowest amount of shootings by this point in time. That part is true. The Black Panther part is totally fake. Comic Artist Pro, $1.99 says SOS signal coming from the Titanic wreckage. Then he also says this is a cool idea, which I agree. And Edwin Sparks, $2 here, says, have you heard of Christina Roth's Super She Island? I have not. Actually, I don't know what the hell that is, but I'm gonna check. Fly Like the founder of Super She. I don't know what that is. It's a new women-only holiday resort, only open in Finland. Okay. I won't put it on my docket for tonight, just because I've already got everything lined up, but I will add it to the list of things to look at for tomorrow, because I'm always looking for stuff to talk about. So I didn't know about that, but thank you for sharing. I do appreciate it. So yeah, and then also at the beginning of the episode, and then we do have the patrons. So if you are a like a new patron or whatever, every month I will come over here and bring up the patrons. So right now, these are my patrons, and this way I can give back a little bit that way. So I'm trying to do things slowly but surely as a way to kind of build and grow. And so there's going to be some growing pains. Obviously, we're having connectivity issues tonight, but I do appreciate it. As for the Justin Trudeau India thing, all I saw was him with the do-rag and then like going sort of thing. That's all I really saw. So I don't quite know. Get to Ubisoft. It's killing you. Fine. We'll do Ubisoft first because you asked nicely. Connor McDonald, sir. You asked nicely. Springer, what do I think with the Ubisoft, the Uber Health? I don't know what that is, man. I'm sorry. I saw DSP is currently streaming. And someone deleted it. I don't know which mod deleted that. And also I do want to also seek out more guests to bring on. So if you have suggestions for any guests to come on to talk about stuff, I'm more than happy to reach out to them. Comic Artist Pro, I know Jeremy was talking about it on Twitter tonight. I'm going to check out his stream, or I'll check out his channel once I'm done with this and take a look at that. Because the fact that the news is talking about it, I think out of Dallas, is interesting. And it's going to make, if it goes wide, it will definitely be interesting to see what Wizards of the Coast does. Boycott Far Cry 5. Hell no, man. Hell no. I can't wait for Far Cry 5. I am like super into Far Cry 5. Like, I want to hunt around and stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun and everything. Also, before we jump into the stories here, because I have to, because I'm a clear, utter amazing show. We got 166 people watching right now. It's only 67 likes. Let us smash that like, get it up there. Smash that thing like the fire of 1,000 angry gods. Get it to 100. I think we can do it. If I thought about bringing on Rich, it's 1 o'clock in the morning where Rich is at, so I don't know if he'll be coming back. I don't know if he'll be coming back in. And so as for guests, I'm looking for YouTubers or Twitter personalities or notable people that I can talk to. I'm going to be on the Pimp Monk show in the morning at like 8 a.m. my time. So that's going to suck. But he invited me to come on his show. I will look up Trudeau dancing in India. That looks pretty good. So yeah, snaps or traps. Snaps or traps. I know. I don't know how. Yeah, Sir Ronan. And how could anyone hate Far Cry 5? The fact that there isn't, you can get a bear and his name is Cheeseburger and he's your fucking homie and he will hunt down cultists is like the coolest thing. And you get co-op and you get Cheeseburger at the same time. I'm down for that. I'm so down for that. I can't wait. I love Far Cry games. I really do. Ubisoft is my favorite third-party developer. So, however bad that might be. Okay, so with the fluctuation that's happening right now, once I go into this whole thing, we may start experiencing some technical difficulties. So for that, I do apologize. But if you post any super chats or anything like that, I will be getting them. But again, if you don't want to give Google your money, if you don't want to give that 30% to Google, and I don't blame you if you don't, streamlabs.com. /Mundane Matt is definitely the best way to go about it. So, all right, let's jump into this here. For those of you who want it, you need it, you love it, you have to have it. It fills your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul with so much wonder, so much love, so much, I don't know, stuff. Snaps for traps, baby. Snaps. That's how I know to mark my editing. Yeah, I still fuck up. All right. You know, man, like I love Ubisoft games and I have no problem admitting that. A lot of people out there hate Ubisoft. I'm a huge fan. I cannot wait for Far Cry 5. But this particular thing, this new move that Ubisoft is playing when it comes to banning PC players for toxic text in Rainbow Six Siege is one of those moves where I'm like, you know, this is not going to end well for you. Rainbow Six has a very dedicated fan base and they are very vocal and they can be quite rude. I know this because I've screwed up a few rounds and I've gotten some pretty hate-filled messages, but that's fine. I don't care about that. The fact that somebody took the time out of their day to write me a message calling me a glorified cuck on Rainbow Six, I thought was just more flattering than anything else because I really pissed that person off. So I'm okay with that. That being said, it appears Ubisoft is following in the footsteps of Blizzard Entertainment. If you use words, phrases, or even certain kinds of slurs in Rainbow Six Siege, a mature-rated game for players 18 years of age or older, you will be banned. Starting next week, Ubisoft will be rolling out a series of account bans in Rainbow Six Siege on PC for people who engage in toxic behavior. I really hate this kind of thing. Because what is toxic behavior is like, you know, it's like one person's trash is another person's treasure sort of thing. And it's just like, you know, like if it's whatever, there's trying to be whatever about that. I don't like it. That didn't make any damn sense. I admit that, but you get my frustration. According to a Reddit post on the Rainbow Six Siege subreddit, the community manager for the game explained that depending on the severity of the offense, accounts will receive a 2-day, 7-day, 15-day, or permanent account ban. The bans will relate to what the players say in the text chat on the PC version of the game. According to the community manager, they will be monitoring accounts on a case-by-case basis, and this includes global monitoring and customer support tickets reported by other users. So basically, they're waiting for people to become snitches and be bitches. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Like, oh, you said something I don't like. Here's a screenshot of this guy, like, really spelling out cuck, but using swastikas, and I just feel like that is just offensive. Like, grow a thicker skin. If you don't like what people say, don't read the comments. Don't read the comments, right? There's a difference between saying something in a comment section and then, like, you know, like messaging someone directly. Now, if they're talking about messaging somebody directly, I'm okay with, like, them wanting to ban that shit because then that feels like it's actual, like, targeted harassment, and that's a no-go. That's no cool, no bueno, and people know that. But if it's in the game and you're just saying off whatever, who cares? Mute that stuff. Turn off the comments. Don't read that stuff. You have the freedom of choice to not look. Right? But of course not. You want to put it back on the developers to take more time, more resources in order to come through and combat this stuff. When the game is 3 years old, I think this year is 3 years old, and or 2 or 3 years, whatever. And a lot of people really, really, really like it. So it says here, now we will be tracking the frequency at which language that violates the code of conduct is used by individual players, and will apply the appropriate ban on a case-by-case basis. The type of language we will be taking action against is outlined in the following section of the code of conduct. Saying here, any language or content deemed illegal, dangerous, threatening, abusive, obscene, vulgar, defamatory, hateful, racist, sexist, ethically offensive, or constituting harassment is forbidden. But once again, how do we know what is forbidden? How do we know what is constituting harassment? It's like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. It makes no sense to make that claim. It makes no sense to try to put this type of vague wording. Look, treat it like the FCC at this point. Give me the 7 words I cannot say, right? Give me the 7 words that are going to get me in trouble. You got to outline that. By going like, well, you know, we're going to be going after people who say certain things that might be ethically offensive or constitute harassment. Yeah, what to you is ethically offensive? Inquiring minds would like to know. Because what you might deem as ethically offensive, I may not deem as ethically offensive. And I'm harping on the ethically offensive simply because, what? Is it like, oh, hey, I found this exploit that allows us to get around this particular wall over here and then go on and, like, you know, screw them cucks in the butt? Like, is that what it is? Finding exploits? It's whatever, man. It's so dumb. So dumb. Players that receive a ban for toxicity will receive a pop-up that states their ban was a result of toxic behavior. A global message will also be displayed similar to the current global broadcast for cheating. It will read, "This username has been banned for toxicity." Like, ooh, that sounds like more like a badge of honor at this point. You know people are going to sit there and be like, bring it on, man. I'm going to get myself permanently banned and then create a new account and come back in. I mean, well, if it's on Steam, they probably won't be able to, but, you know, whatever. The bold was added for emphasis. Now, it says here that Ubisoft claims this is to track the crackdown on toxicity within the community. Obviously, people who are underage or likely lean left were very much the reason for this change, and even hoped that Ubisoft would extend the bans from the text chat to the voice chat. Yeah, right? Because it's pretty much, yeah. You're gonna how are you gonna prove that one, right? If I get on there and I'm just like voice chatting you and I'm all like, I'm gonna come to your house, I'm gonna, you know, if you're threatening someone, I don't want to go that route. But if you're like, you know, going like, let's say for example, you're mocking someone who's horrible at the game, and you do it by referencing The Room, right? And you're all like, cheap, 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 cheap. Are they gonna sit there and like screen cap that and then send that off to Ubisoft and have them get you for being was it ethically offensive? It's because you're doing cheap, 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 whatever, man. In fact, if you right, this is despite the fact that the Rainbow Six Siege's M rating already covers the topic of strong language, according to the ESRB. The ESRB page says, during the course of the game, some stages depict bags of cocaine on tables and counters, and the word fuck appears in the dialogue. I know. The game can say it, but if you drop that F-bomb, the glorious of all 4-letter words, the most amazing adjective known to man, then apparently you're just a scumbag and you might get banned for a permanent time. Because what the rules for thee, or the rules for me, aren't the rules for thee. So Ubisoft feels it's okay to depict strong language in the game, but feels it's not okay for users to use strong language in text chat. There were a few people in the thread who did seem to point out the inconsistency of Ubisoft's war against toxicity. One user, with the name Shrooms, wrote, "Are you aware that the term toxic is nebulous because it's conjectural? Everyone is going to have their own standard for what is toxic, ranging from racial epithets to people simply doing or saying something that the other person doesn't like. People will bypass this system by simply team killing those they don't like, and by sneaking in slurs through voice chat with the general expectation that nobody will be recording. I really hope you don't turn Rainbow Six into some hypersensitive game that encourages people to report every slight, because if you do, the toxicity will adapt and you will lose." And I have to fully admit, Shrooms, because you can't say it any other way. It's got to be Shrooms. Has a point. They will adapt. The trolls, they are adapting, learning the ways of the control, and they will sneak around, and they will gut you, and you will lose. I don't know why I dropped into that accent. Can't explain it. I thought I was going for some like Eastern European thing. Came across a little bit like Nigerian. I apologize. But the point is, it's true. It's people will adapt. They always find ways. I remember playing Phantasy Star Online, and they were like, you can't say certain words. So, sir, we made our own language of slurs until you caught on and banned that too, you sons of bitches. But the point is, people will find a way, right? To quote Jeff Goldblum, Dr. Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park, life finds a way. And it says a few people made the more astute suggestion of allowing players the ability to muting users via text. Giving player control over what they see and who talks was considered to be the more empowering option. But Ubisoft feels it's better to police and ban players for crossing the line of toxicity rather than giving more users more control over what they see than who they feel is offensive. What's more is that it's suggesting that Ubisoft simply add the user option to filter out toxic words. This would automatically mute or censor language that fits into a word list of filtered items. Again, this would put control back in the hands of the players. Nevertheless, Ubisoft is more intent on taking control of the community and potentially permabanning players who use language they don't approve of. And as we know, as I just said, life will find a way. And they're going to be banning lots of players. They're going to be banning lots of players for no other reason than they are kind of douchey. That's a douche move. I mean, like, look, I understand the reason behind it, okay? I have been mocking them heavily in this, but I do understand the reason behind it. I get that. The reason why I think it's stupid is because this never solves the problem. All this does is make people go, oh, really? And they want to become all freaking like dastardly on you because this is what gets them off. You don't understand this, Ubisoft. Gamers understand this. You tell them they can't do something and they're like, oh, really? Oh, really? Watch me. Watch me. Watch it happen. Watch it go down. And then everyone's just left again with probably a more toxic environment than before. What they need to do is they need to just give the control back to the player in terms of which words are filters. Treat it like Twitter. Twitter has a mute feature. Twitter has a filtered word feature. Pull that, put that in your game, put that across your chats. Let people who don't want to hear certain words be able to go la 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 instead of trying to ban the person who said something that they may disagree with in the first place. Yeah, man. Yeah, and shit. Scroll down to the ads. Yeah. By the way, this is a click-through ad. This goes to an Amazon page. I'm not even kidding here. This is what it does. This is what it does. Alter Senran. I don't fucking know any of this shit. Senran Kagura Asuka PVC figure. $276. $276. Jesus Christ. What are you gonna do to this thing? Just like bathe it in your jizz? Yeah. Let's look at the thigh gap. Look at the thigh gap. Look at the thigh gap. Someone is going to clearly try smashing their penis through that thing, at least enough to come, and then that's what's gonna happen here. This video is probably gonna be demonetized anyway. That's okay though. That's okay. It's all right. Happens all the time. One Angry Gamer has the best ads. Yeah, I like Billy D. I like Billy D quite a bit. Okay, let's jump over here to talking about YouTube supporting a 9/11 truther. This ought to be interesting. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been focusing a lot more on YouTube lately. I figured that's where my predominant interest is. But I do want to, there's a lot going on with YouTube recently. But I am trying to find other crazy shit to talk about too. So, all right, let's dive in. Snaps for traps, guys. Snaps for traps. I love the comments. I love the comments. Putting ideas in your brain. Yeah. All you need's a hole. That's hard-hitting commentary. You got sorry. All right. Smash that like and snap those traps, right? Snap them. That's what happens here. Okay, so YouTube has been having a bit of a image crisis recently. One that is ultimately going to, I think, redefine the platform, and probably not in the best way, especially when it comes to how they handle people on the left and how they handle people on the right, and how the people on the right are kind of just getting totally beat up by them right now for wrong thing. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with like targeting Alex Jones's advertisers. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that's going on. But calling out this right here is definitely interesting, and I know that the Daily Caller is very much a right-leaning website, but they've got a point here. All right, consistency is key, especially when you're talking about political extremism or an extreme political idea. How about that? Now it says YouTube is sponsoring a 9/11 truther as part of a multi-million-dollar diversity program. So this would be the person right here. Her name is Amani Al-Kahata. I'm not even going to try. So at the time of the YouTube's increased censorship of right-of-center political channels, the company has sponsored a left-wing video maker who apparently believes that September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks were an inside job perpetuated by America's own government, which is really funny because Alex Jones thinks the exact same thing. So does Jesse Ventura. So does Jesse Ventura's son. I know this because he told me at a party once in LA. These guys believe this stuff. And I'm not going to lie, for a while, I kind of thought a little bit like that myself. I did. It just, some parts didn't add up to me. But then I got older and realized I just like a good conspiracy theory. But no, this was not that. Now, Amani Al-Katab, yeah, again, not even going to try. A fellow in YouTube's multi-million-dollar Creators for Trains program has made a since-deleted video that claimed the September 11th attack was an inside job by the American government. She uploaded the video in 2012 and touted it on social media. The video has since been deleted from YouTube, but remains on live in the archive form, which, again, this is what we have to, what you put on the internet will be there forever. Right, to quote the movie Sandlot, forever. It's never going away. So some of the dumb stuff you say will be used against you, right? Like the early days of Gamergate, there was a guy named King of Pole who was very much on a fast track to gaining a large audience. And then there was a stream where he, I believe, I was sober or drunk, I'm not entirely sure, and made the comment that the Holocaust numbers may not have been what they claimed to be. Yeah, King of Pole kind of went away after that. So these things happen. You make those kind of claims, you may not be long for the particular parts of your career. But the thing is, though, is the King of Pole and this woman are entirely different in how the world has treated them since then. She has only gotten more popular as a result of some of the things that she said, whereas King of Pole at this point now is more or less just kind of trolling Darkside Phil. I mean, everyone has passion in their life, but still. Now, in the video, hijab-clad Muslim woman walks onto a Manhattan train and declares that 9/11 was an inside job and weapons of mass destruction don't exist. Well, we did know that, we have learned at this point in time that there were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, so that part, of course, is true. But 9/11 being an inside job is very much a tinfoil hat theory, and I don't see her wearing a tinfoil hijab. However, anything can be hidden underneath there, we have no idea. Now, the woman stuck a conspiratorial tone throughout the video and accused the puppet media of intentionally smearing Muslims as terrorists, saying, you made us all face of terror, or all one face of terror. You created the problems and suing, and the mask you placed upon us will be your own undoing. And obviously, I think we've had situations in the last couple of years where there have been ISIS-themed situations, right? There's people have done stuff in the name of ISIS, so that clearly is there's been a pushback in that regard. Now, some spoken word a dose of reality on the C train in Manhattan, what she captioned the video with. She touted her video on Twitter and tried to get the attention of the Women's March organizer Linda Sarsour, telling Sarsour in a tweet that she would love it if you would please check out my spoken word video. And yet she is in fact verified on Twitter. Something I can never be thanks to Anita Sarkeesian being on the Trust and Safety Council. But she says here, "Hey Linda, I would like it if you would please check out my video in the spoken word, performed on the C train. My first spoken word video performed on a subway train in New York. Let me know what you think. Here it is, my first spoken word video performed on the subway train in New York. Let me know what you think. Please, RT." So you post a video. When did this thing go up there? She posted this April 16th, 2012. So, 10.5 years after the events of 9/11. And the thing is, there are people who live in New York City and are in this country that will never not remember that day as clear as any other day in their life, right? They'll never be able to not think about that day as being a horrifying, terrifying experience, especially in New York City. And here this woman who is now verified on Twitter, which means they endorse her. We've learned that. She's part of the Creators for Change through YouTube, which is basically an endorsement platform. And she's out there trying to say it's an inside job. But of course, no one will call her on it. No one will say anything about it because that would be considered wrong. And she's also since deleted the video. Now, it's unclear whether YouTube was aware of this video when the company awarded her a fellowship. Probably not. They don't do their most diligent research there. They really don't. If they did, okay, listen, if these kind of companies, like let's say YouTube and VidCon, did their diligent research and then put the people who were like getting the most views or whatever on these panels, VidCon would be an entirely different place when it comes to talking about social issues based simply upon the popularity of the people who were there. When we were there at VidCon, there were girls on stage that were talking that had like 5,000 subs on YouTube. And that's no small number, don't get me wrong, but it's like compared to other people who have larger followings, and since you're putting someone on stage as a way to gain access to their follower count in order to get them to go, you figured you'd want somebody who would get more. Like when we were there at VidCon, we were looking at some of these panels and doing real-time research on who the people were and going like, wow, there's like 1,000 subs, 5,000 subs, like, that kind of stuff. And so they don't care about that. They just want the name and they want to be able to push the particular mentality when they do this. Now, her latest annual report, it's YouTube's latest annual report for Creators for Change program touted her 18,000 subscribers and the 881,000 plays on her channel. Wow. I mean, I don't like, this might come across as like I'm not trying to be a dick about this. I really am not. But that's what I'm talking about. The 18,000 subscribers and 881,000 plays on her channel. And that's a creator for change who touts 9/11, truther videos and whatnot. Like it really does make you kind of look at the, it makes you really look at how they act sometimes. And then who they choose to focus on when there are people like, I'm not saying like me or others that are like me necessarily, but it's like that push for like the centrist mindset, that push for like actual equality, the push for actual reasons, actual change and actual things based upon fact and reasoning and logic. And then you get people like her that are just like, yeah, I've only got like 881,000 views on my channel. And you're just like, yeah, but I get like triple that in a month. So like, what the hell? I mean, I know I'm coming across as petty. I do apologize, but it just gets frustrating because there's so many better people and more appropriate people to, I think, have these discussions, but you can tell what angle they're trying to push. Anyway, founder and editor-in-chief of Muslim Girl, she's a rising voice on social, religious, and political issues. She was invited by Michelle Obama to speak at the 2016 United States of Women Summit. Okay, well, that's how she got around, because Michelle Obama endorsed her. But that didn't translate to anything really in social media because she didn't blow up that high. Mani meets some of the most exciting creative minds on her generation who have faced adversity in the pursuit of their art. She also wants to inspire a new generation of creators by showing them that they can use creativity to express their voice no matter what challenges they face. Well, I guess in retrospect, that could apply to that video. Because had she gone on the C train, had she performed that spoken word, that 9/11 was an inside job thing, to the wrong person, they could have gotten in her face and really challenged her ideas. And then that would have been like, well, I stood up to the face of adversity to a person. I was calling 9/11 was an inside job, you know, and I said that to a veteran, sort of thing. So there's that. Anyway, YouTube has cracked down on writing. In her capacity as a fellow, as a YouTube fellow, she delivered a powerful speech at the 2017 Tribeca Film Festival in April and spoke at a summit for feminist nonprofit She's the First in August. It gets under my skin. YouTube has cracked down on right-wing channels in recent months, and even while the company was sponsoring left-wing conspiracy theorists, YouTube has demonetized prominent conservative channels and commentators, and recently admitted that it mistakenly banned a large number of conservative YouTube channels while it tried to crack down on conspiracy theories. You gotta love the irony there. It's like, oh, you cracked down on these conspiracy theorists, but one of your ambassadors is out there pushing a conspiracy theory. Should ask her now, what's your thoughts on 9/11? Has it changed? Probably, depending on who's asking. Google, YouTube's parent company, has invested millions of dollars in the Creators for Change program to support creators who are tackling social issues, including extremism and hate, by building empathy and acting as positive role models. Google first launched the program in September 2016 with a $1 million pledge of support for 6 Creators for Change ambassadors. The company expanded the program in April 2017, adding more funding and 27 Creators for Change fellows. So, and like Francesca Ramsey's in there as well. And if you follow this particular social commentator space, you know who Francesca Ramsey is and you know what kind of person she is. So, I mean, it leads me to believe that a lot of people involved in this Creators for Change program are not good people, but they check a box. They check a box. And that box is what they use to promote themselves. And that is unfortunate because that is not equality. That it's almost like forced equity, which is annoying. Anyway, Google General Counsel Kent Walker described the program in June as promoting YouTube voices against hate and radicalization as part of the company's counter-radicalization efforts, which I understand why they want to do that, and I'm not against that. That was one of the big problems with the adpocalypse was ads applying or running on extremist videos in the UK. One of the first stages of that. YouTube included the Creators for Change program in post-October on the company's work to combat terrorist content on YouTube. The same post also highlights YouTube's Trusted Flaggers program, which brings in third-party organizations to help police content on the platform. The left-wing Southern Poverty Law Center is among the groups in the Trusted Flaggers program. Yeah, we all know how bad that is. Same with the Anti-Defamation League. Now, YouTube expanded the Creators for Change program again this past January, pledging an additional $5 million in support. You know, for a company that apparently runs at a loss, they are really good at pimping out, really pushing a lot of stuff there. Really pushing a lot of stuff there. And I did see a comment in the chat real quick as it went by saying, if Alex Jones wore a hijab, would you trust him more? And I'm all like, probably. I think that would happen. Now, Amani provoked controversy the same month when she refused an award from cosmetics company Revlon over the company's partnership with actress Gal Gadot, who is a former Miss Israel and served in the Israeli Defense Forces. She cited Gadot's support for the Israeli army as a reason for her boycott. Yeah, right. That's not going to win you any friends in the feminist movement. It's just not. It's all like you went up against the most feminist movie of 2018, or 2017. You called out the most feminist actress or the star of that feminist movie, you know, it's like, you know, it really shows you where her loyalties lie. The Jewish magazine Tablet referenced a 9/11 video and January article about the Revlon controversy. The article, which did not tie Amani to YouTube, noted that she has a history of anti-Semitism. So what we've got here is this woman right here, this Amani, you know, clearly, you know, she's Muslim. That's fine. She clearly is anti-Semitic. That's her deal. I don't agree with it. And this is a person who is being used by Google, by YouTube to be an ambassador, to be a creator for change, when if anybody else in the world had said, I do not support this Revlon, you know, award, I'm refusing this based upon my dislike of this Israeli woman who supports the Israeli Defense Army or whatever, the army in Israel, it would be viewed as like the most anti-Semitic thing ever. But because it's a Muslim woman, they're not saying that. They're not doing that. And that's one of the reasons why I have to kind of laugh at these movements, because equality doesn't mean shit to these people. Equality doesn't mean anything. It's all about who can be the most oppressed and who can be the most victimized. If you're going to go on a subway and with a whole bunch of New Yorkers, and you're going to start saying that 9/11 was an inside job and that 9/11 was not, you know, a whole bunch of radicalized terrorists that were attacking the country, and you're going to go out there and make a video and then proudly tout it around while trying to get Linda Sarsour, of all people, to tweet it out. You don't deserve to be on a Creators for Change platform, because your change is not the change that the world needs to see. Your change is just more bigotry, more discrimination, more provocation, and the pushing of really crappy ideas. But unfortunately, no one's going to call her out for it. And I'm glad the Daily Caller did. And now we'll have to wait and see if YouTube actually acts. But let's be realistic. They probably won't. Wow, I was really dropping a lot of the... it dropped the lag there. I apologize. All right, hold on a sec. I'm just going to chill out for 1 sec, because we got 2 more to get through. But apparently this thing is having some serious problems. All right, I'll check the Streamlabs again. We got another Streamlabs from Claude Sandshark saying the last one. Okay, the last one. Your surname is Baron now. Is it Baron now? Am I saying that right? Is apparently from Baralt, Normandy. Yes, Normandy, France, but during the Middle Age, long before my great uncle Rudolf Hess and the Nazi Party messed shit up in France. So, Sandshark, are you saying that you're a descendant of a Nazi? Is that what I'm getting here? Yes, but Normandy, France, during the Middle Age, long before my great uncle Rudolf Hess and the Nazi Party messed shit up in France. So I'm assuming that's what you're trying to say, is that you're related to Nazis. Are you a Nazi? Because I mean, I don't think, you know, the whole guilt by association thing really applies. I don't quite know. I don't quite know what to say to that. All right. So, okay. Let's go back to the super chat. Couple I missed back up there. Gonzo Duke, $5. Thoughts on Popeye Avocad and his Antifa fire alarm pulling twinks. Twas a good video. Twas a funny experience, and all it's gonna do, that image of Sargon holding the Antifa flag, is going to only going to bolster him in certain circles. It's only going to make people like him more. In fact, from what I heard today, and I tried looking it up, but I couldn't find it specifically. 4chan was attempting to track down the person, the red hat, the guy in the red beanie, and everything else. And they're pretty good at tracking down Antifa when Antifa gets unmasked. So that's something to consider. And Sargon is only going to get more popular. And I wouldn't be surprised if Sargon cracks the 1 million subscriber count this year on YouTube. I would not be surprised. I feel like that's definitely something that he's close to getting. And, you know, given the fact that he's putting himself out there in more of these situations and everything else, is only going to bring more heat down on him overall. But I find it funny that they call him far right. Like Sargon's not far right. Like, he debated Richard Spencer from the opposite opinion of which he holds in his life. So therefore, it doesn't make any sense to me. All right, but Heron Gaming News, another $2 Canadian here, saying the video may not make it demonetized. Look to the right, clearly in reference to the advertisement for the anime figurine that I made jokes about smashing your penis through the thigh gap and bathing in jizz. If you've missed that, you can go back and find that in the video replay. Connor McDonald, $2 here, says, Ubisoft, love what you're doing. This so many TKers. I'm assuming you mean team killers. Yeah, that's a bad thing. All right, Jose M, $5 here, says, a pro-Antifa white female, an ultra-conservative black male, and a Korean female and NRA supporter all apply for a tech job at Google. Who gets the job? Man, I suck at riddles, but a a pro-Antifa white female, an ultra-conservative black male, and a Korean female NRA supporter. It is the pro-Antifa white female. It is. They'll look at the NRA supporter and they'll boot that to the curb. And to people in Silicon Valley, ultra-conservative black male is like a unicorn. It just simply doesn't exist. Doc's Holiday, $2, says, I will eat Matt's arse, IDGAF 666. Well, sir, I had corn for dinner tonight, so if you like your starch and you feel just like really getting in there and cleaning it out, that's fine. It's a little bit itchy, but could go for a good tongue lashing. Why not? Everyone likes analingus in 2018, right? Is that where the sexual craze is now? Is that how 50 Shades Freed ended? By Christian Grey just going to town on Anna's butthole? Is that where things were? I think it was. I don't know. I didn't see it, but I believe it to be true. Oh, the weird shit I say on this live stream. The weird shit that I say there. So tweet Joe Rogan to get based mad on the podcast. Goddamn right. Goddamn right. Booty Eaters Anonymous. Exactly. I like that it's really fluctuating in terms of people coming in and coming out. Yeah, I say inappropriate things, and people are really kind of surprised that I'm saying inappropriate things. So there's definitely definitely that. That's totally fine with me though. But yes, okay, let's jump into the last two here. I do want to try to wrap up by about 11:15 or 11:30, simply because I need to go to bed early tonight. And don't worry, the dirty commentary will stop after that. I promise you guys. But I'm still dropping bandwidth here. I don't quite know what's going on. What I'm going to try to do, hold on, I'm going to drop the settings down. It's going to lower the quality of the video, but it might allow it for more stability when I am streaming, or when I'm recording, because that seems to be when we drop the most. So I just want to make sure you guys can still see it and everything else. I do apologize that the it's always crazy. Okay, so let's see if that holds. I'm hoping that it does. I'll have to just reset my modem and everything tomorrow. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, oops, there we go. That's the right one. There we go on that one. All right. Let's hold on a second here. Seems to be relatively stable. I think we're okay. All right. So, snaps for traps, guys. Remember, streamlabs.com/MundaneMatt. Get me to VidCon. All right, so over the course of the past couple weeks, we have seen an insane pushback against assault rifles in the United States, especially the AR-15, which isn't really even an assault rifle, but people, because they see the AR, they automatically assume that it is, and quite frankly, a lot of your late-night comedians and left-leaning pundits are not going to correct people because it does fall into that particular narrative. But one of the other problems that's arisen from this whole situation involving the shooting in Florida is people been blaming the video games. Trump blamed video games. Other politicians blame video games. One douchebag out of Rhode Island wanted to create a video game tax for violent video games. Hell no. Hell no. I mean, I don't even live in Rhode Island, but I would go there and protest out of solidarity for my M-rated game-loving comrades in arms, brothers in gaming. I'm not a socialist, but Trump here made a comment about it, and then last week it came out that he was going to be meeting with members of the gaming industry, but the members of the gaming industry were just like, we don't know what you're talking about. But apparently, through the power of reverse osmosis, we have found ourselves in the situation where Trump is going to be meeting with video game industry reps, and they're going to be going to the White House and attending a meeting over video game violence. So, I mean, the thing is, I know Trump has to know this at this point in time, but his words have power, and they come with, a very heavy weight that has to be really treated, I guess you could say, with the right amount of respect. as well as understanding what you say can have unintended consequences. But it says here that after President Donald Trump mused that violent video games could have been a key factor in the school shooting in Parkland, Florida, reps from the gaming industry will head to a meeting at the White House for a more detailed discussion. Now, I know that it's the ESA that's going to be going, and I know the ESA is like, they cool. Like, they are the lobby arm, essentially, of the games industry, and they're going to go in there, and they're going to talk about this kind of stuff, and they're going to try to, like, you know, explain it to President Trump and hopefully get him to understand it. And I actually kind of hope they just hand him a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 and go like, hey, you can go piss on that hooker over there, and then you can beat her to death and get your money back. Yeah, boy. Right? Like, you would hope that. Or they give him a copy of Kingdom Come Deliverance, and they're like, you ever wanted to terrorize your way through 15th century Bohemia? You can. You can go on that magical adventure. That's why gaming is grand. Or they're just going to give him a copy of Barbie's Dream House and send him on his way. Anyway, the exact lineup of the attendees from Thursday's meeting is not set, but it could include execs from major publishers and developers. The Entertainment Software Association confirmed a meeting today after saying last week that it had not received an invite despite indications from Chief White House spokesperson Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Listen, Sarah Huckabee Sanders is a paid liar. So take everything she says with a grain of salt. I'm sorry, she's not a full-on person. It's just, I'm not a fan. Saying we do have to do something about maybe what they're seeing and how they're seeing it, Trump said during a briefing on school safety held in the wake of the February 14th shooting. I'm hearing more and more people say that the level of violence on video games is really shaping young people's thoughts. Now, as I have pointed out before, and I will just reiterate right here, when Trump says I'm hearing more and more, what he's really meaning is I just made this up randomly. And he's been known to do that. So probably, because he's talked about Barron, and the stuff like maybe Barron plays, and being a 71-year-old man coming into an 11-year-old son's room and watching him play a game maybe like Halo or Call of Duty, he'll be all like, what are you playing? They're like, oh, I'm playing this game. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to decapitate that person. And it's like, oh, that's pretty violent. Without understanding that the idea there that games do not cause violence, that games do not cause sexism or misogyny, that games are not bad. You know, I would at some point in time, what I would love at this point, just to kind of maybe if this meeting doesn't go well, maybe what we can do is we can start a hashtag and everyone tweet Anita Sarkeesian Tropes v. Women series to Trump. And the reason why I say that is because if he watches those videos and he's like, oh, you know, I don't think gaming causes sexism. Then you come back with, oh, but then how does gaming cause violence? And then maybe the wheels will turn, the hamsters will get high on cocaine, they'll start running really fast, and then he'll get it. But that's kind of a desperate move. I don't think it's going to work out very well, if I'm being honest, but I'm spitballing. This is a live spitballing session. Now, the president's public grappling with the school shooting's aftermath has seen him veer from position to position in terms of gun policy and other ways for the government to respond. Students from the school have attained uncommonly high national profile after mobilizing to policy changes on the shooting, which killed 17 people. The ESA rejects the oft-cycled notion that video games are directly linked to real-world violence. In a statement, the ESA staked out its position. Video games are plainly not the issue. Entertainment is distributed and consumed globally, but the U.S. has an exponentially higher level of gun violence than any other nation. The upcoming meeting with the White House the ESA will attend will provide the opportunity to have a fact-based conversation about video game ratings, our industry's commitment to parents, and the tools we provide to make informed entertainment choices. And that is what they need to do at this point. They just need to sit there and tell Trump, like, yes, like, this is the whole thing, is it doesn't cause violence. You can play it. You can enjoy it. Again, would you like a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5? You can have a lot of fun with it, you know, like, just, and it doesn't do the things that they claim that it's going to do. And I would like to see them actually, you know, get through to them. And the thing is, I think they can. I do think they can. I think Trump during this whole Parkland aftermath is honest to God seeking the right thing to say. I do think that. I do believe that. I've listened to him talk about it. The gaming thing annoyed me, but then I heard him talk about the guns, and you can listen to how he's trying to say it, and you can kind of get the idea of what he's trying to say. And it's not bad. I think he's honestly trying. I do think he's, this is the credit I will absolutely give President Trump. I do think he is trying. And him meeting with the ESA and other developers and other publishers, I think is going to be the best course of action. My hope is that they talk about it from the perspective of this is an art form that's consumed globally by many different people from many walks of life. Violence isn't the cause, or the gaming isn't the root of violence. And they don't come into it and they go like, well, you know, we're going to lose money if you know, this and that. I mean, if they got to play the money card, I get that, but I would rather them have an actual discussion about what is wrong and what can be fixed and things like that. And you know what? At this point, I am just waiting with bated breath, and I will definitely talk about what happened when it does happen next week. So. Trump doesn't know who Anita is. Anita doesn't like Trump. But like I said before, if we can get him to look at the videos and then come to some realization like, that's stupid, it would just be funny. It would troll Anita like crazy. So so there's that. So is Tiffany our only hope? I don't know. Tiffany's the one that Trump doesn't care about. All right, hold on. Let me take a quick peek. I thought I saw. Okay. So no, we're good. There's no more super chats there. I thought I saw one pop up because I'm not looking at, like, I see the chat out of the corner of my eye, and everything else when that's going. Okay, so, oh, right, I forgot about the freaking white supremacist thing. Okay, I got sent a whole bunch of articles. Okay, good. Well, we have stuff to talk about tomorrow then. I'm totally okay with that. I am all right. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, fuck, where am I at? I lost where I'm at. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we're coming in the last story. So get your questions ready because we're going to have a good amount of time here. Get ready to read about Alex Jones. Alex Jones. All right, guys. Final snaps or traps of the night. Yeah. Okay. There has been a war brewing for what feels like an eternity on the internet, but really it's been happening for about a year and a half almost. And that would be the war over the soul for Pepe the Frog, the feels bad man meme that's been on the internet for well over a decade, has been killed, resurrected, and the subject of many lawsuits coming out of his creator, Matt Fury. And what we have now is Alex Jones is being sued by Matt Fury, the Pepe the Frog creator. Fury says InfoWars has been making unauthorized and unwanted use of his cartoon amphibian character. This is one of I think one of the arguments I've made about this, and I know I'm not probably accurate here, but I feel like the way Fury handled the copyright of Pepe the Frog by basically letting it be a meme for 10 years and letting it run wild for 10 years ultimately would kind of relinquish his copyright on it because he's just given it away. But at the same time, it doesn't really work that way. I understand that. But I mean, I think that's my frustration on it. It's like you let people use this for a decade and then you come, you know, just kind of prancing back in and take it back like you're taking your toys and you're going home. Like, ugh, what a bitch. Seriously. Now, it says no fake news here. Alex Jones' InfoWars is being sued by the creator of an inadvertent alt-right mascot, Pepe the Frog. It's not an alt-right mascot. People just took Pepe and they couple people did some memes. Other people did other memes. It's memes. Memes belong to everybody. It's the way it works. I hate people who don't internet. I do. At this point, you figure, like, people should know this kind of stuff. But there are people out there that still get all their information from like E-Bombs World and 9gag and Funny Junk. And they're just, no. You know, like, no. That be cancer. You don't want the cancer. Stay away from that place. Now, cartoonist Matt Fury filed a suit against conspiracy theorist Jones's InfoWars on Monday, alleging that his amphibian creation was used without his authorization, saying artist Matt Fury created Pepe the Frog character in early 2000s. Pepe is an anthropomorphic frog, often depicted with large, rounded, red-brown lips, bulging eyes, often with multiple white stars in the pupil, puffy eyelids, and a human-shaped body. The suit filed in the federal court in California reads, as his creation, Pepe was a peaceful frog dude, kind of blissful cartoon character who lived alongside 3 animal roommates and became famous in part because of his catchphrase, feels good man. Well, yeah. But then the internet ran with it, and the internet built upon it, and the internet created memes and jokes and images and drawings and all of these other things for like a decade. And then because somebody decided to take it and put it on Trump or whatever and everything, you get people like Louise Mensch from Heat Street calling it the Jew bashing Nazi symbol of the alt-right is how she referred to it, if I recall correctly. That's a direct quote, if I recall. People have been freaking out over Pepe now for like a year and a half. And the thing is, even Matt Fury has gone and like killed him. He killed him a year ago. Then he resurrected him like he's fucking Jesus. He's not Jesus. He's a cartoon frog. And he tried like, you know, it's just, he tried doing a Kickstarter campaign about it. All he's trying to do at this point, really what he's trying to do, in my opinion, is try to find a way to make money off the character. He let it slide for 10 years, didn't make a penny off of it for 10 years or so. Then all of a sudden it's popular again for, in some respects, all of the wrong reasons. And then he's like, ooh, I can make a pretty penny off this one. So I'm going to start suing everyone who has had no interruption with using this for years because of that. I don't know. If I created something and put it out there and people took it and ran with it, I would never come back 10 years later and sue them for it. I just think it would be dumb. I'd be like, look, I gave it away at this point. I can, you know, I'll sell my own merch of it, whatever. But like, there's that. Anyway, however, the suit notes that in 2015, factions associated with the alt-right attempted to co-opt Pepe with images of hate, including white supremacist language and symbols, Nazi symbols, and other offensive imagery. But see, the whole point of that is that you're trying to sit there and say that the alt-right was co-opting something that was freely being used on the internet, and they're co-opting it, they're using it in ways that fall under fair use. Because they're adapting it. It's a transformative work. This is where we do I do believe there is a little bit of conflict here because it depends on how they were trying to use it. Now, at a specific issue in Monday's suit is a poster, which is the image here to the left, which Fury says was being sold by InfoWars that contains a copy of Pepe the Frog, featured alongside image of InfoWars co-founder Alex Jones, President Donald Trump, Milo Yiannopoulos, and Coulter, among other figures, with the text MAGA, short for the Trump campaign slogan, Make America Great Again. So who'd we got here? We've got, we got Pepe, Alex Jones. We got Kellyanne Conway, Milo, the Donald, Roger Stone. No, that's Ann Coulter. That's Kellyanne. And a few people here those are those two sisters that got paid money by the Trump campaign. And I think Paul Joseph Watson's up here, and then this Ben Garrison, I believe. I think the hat's Ben Garrison, and of course Pepe the Frog, and that could sit there and that could almost be argued as a transformative work. It could be because it's possible that it might. Fury did not authorize the use of Pepe image or the character in the poster and does not approve the association of Pepe with Alex Jones or any of the other figures shown on this poster or with the MAGA slogan. Well, you know, it's not, again, transformative work. The suit, which alleges copyright infringement, is asking for an injunction preventing InfoWars from infringing on Fury's copyright, as well as unspecified damages. And of course, they are waiting for InfoWars to return comment. And look, the thing is, Alex Jones has had himself one hell of a bad week. Right? He's had himself a hell of a bad week. And as a result of that, he is just... He's not doing too good, you know. This is probably not something he wants to deal with. But the way that I see it the way that I see it is ultimately, it feels to me like it's fair use, like it falls under fair use, like a transformative work. You know, but if I were Jones, I would probably, you know, see what he wants and then see if he can make it all go away. I said Jones hasn't had a good year, right? He has not had a good year at all. He very much is just not enjoying life right now, and this isn't going to make it any better. But I do want to see what happens with this, and of course, as soon as I know more, you guys will know more. All right, that's 124. I totally even forgot to hit record on that shit. So yeah, this stream has been a technical glitch mess. It's been a glitchy mess. So unfortunately, that particular video, I'll have to download the stream, cut it out, re-upload it. That's gonna suck ass. But anyway, it is what it is. So all right, cool. So we're rocking about 11 p.m. So why don't yeah, if you guys got questions, we'll be on. I'll do like another 20 minutes or so, and we'll go from there. Because I have to try to get to bed a little bit early tonight in order to look after, be on Pimp Monk stream in the morning. So just start from the beginning. Yes, that's the thing. Yeah, morality, I think you're right. I think that Matt Fury is a copyright troll. I do. I think he is. How has my day been? I didn't really go anywhere today. I was with my daughter all day. I played a fair amount of Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is a lot of fun, and then I didn't even get working on 3 Buck Theater until later, unfortunately. But I got a couple of videos for that out, which I feel pretty good about, and everything else. So there's that. And it's definitely been, yeah, not much of a day. Not much of a day, but it's chill. All right, let's see. What do we got? We need an anime of Alex Jones. No, I'm good. I don't think so. Did I ever have AOL in the 90s? I did. Yeah, for like a brief period of time I had AOL. My stepdad was like, you know, because I remember when we got AOL and they were like, oh, you get 10 hours on the internet. And I'm like, 10 hours? Who's ever going to fill up 10 hours on the internet in a month? Yeah. Send up the link to the stream in the morning. Oh, for the Pimp Monk thing? Yeah, I'll post it on Twitter. If you're broke, disabled, and your PC is only okay, should you get Kingdom Come on the Xbone? Yeah. It runs pretty good on the Xbox. I've only had like 2 glitches. One of them cost me about 2 hours, and that's only because of the save system. So basically, if you get it, work on your alchemy skills right away. So there's that. Let's see. Am I going to do stuff about the Magic the Gathering story? It depends, James Fletcher. It really depends. Last week, I think I did way too much. I did like five stories a night. That was a lot. And then I segmented out 3 a day and then did like 5 a day on the weekends. I feel like that was a bit too much. So I'm trying to like keep it in check. So there's definitely that. I'll see you later, BJ. Thanks for coming in, homie. Did I see the rumor that Tom Cruise is playing Hal Jordan in the DCU? No, I did not. We need an oil painting of Sargon wrapped up in the Antifa flag like a toga. I'm pretty sure somebody will make that. I'm pretty sure. Do I know Simon Whistler? I do not. Or Crash Course? I do not. You can't find the battery pack to charge your damn Xbox controller? Oh, dude. Yeah. I hear ya. I hate that shit. I really do hate that shit. Do I know PBS Eons? I do not. What's up with MTG now? Apparently there was a news report, I think out of Dallas or something, that was that's going to be talking about the certain problems with them and like the judges. Some judges that have been accused or convicted of pedophilia. There's a lot of stuff there. Do I think Alex Jones will get whacked? Or are you saying like Alex Jones getting whacked, like getting killed? No, if he hasn't been killed right now, then he's fine. Did I see Sargon's videos in a form of limited state? Someone sent me an image of that. I haven't checked it out myself. Let's see. Can I set up other crypto donations? Yeah, I need to go and get another wallet. If you have a recommendation, I'll check it out. I think, do I have Coinbase? I don't know if it's a wallet. I don't know. As an American living in Thailand, the only news you get is from the big news networks. Thanks for giving another view of it. Hey, Mark. No, I'm glad. Thank you very much for checking it out. I appreciate it. All right, cool. We got 125 likes. Yeah. So, do you have a chance? I didn't check out Ranting Monkey's Oscar video. I need to. I haven't really caught up with videos today of people that I subscribe to. I'm very tired after doing this. Like last night was like a 3-hour stream talking to Jeff for a while, which was fun. And then I had to edit the videos and then I had to go and get everything else put together. So that's one of the reasons why tonight's going to be a little bit on the shorter side. But yeah, what do I think of the Tron coin? I don't know anything about that. So, am I happy with the Oscar results? I'm really not. I mean, A Shape of Water, I think probably was the best movie to win. I wanted Logan to win Best Adapted Screenplay, just because I feel like Logan deserved an Oscar nod. I don't see why Patrick Stewart didn't get nominated for Logan. I think that's crap. I think he did excellent. Thanks a lot, Chaos Sonic. I appreciate that. Oh shit, that's a new one. Well, Tom Cruise is looking for something. Surprised he doesn't go over to fucking I'm surprised he doesn't go over to Marvel. Right? I'm legitimately surprised about that he doesn't go over to Marvel. So, okay. Let's see. Oh, wrong link. Jeremy was on national television talking about how arcade claw machines are rigged. Cool. Because they are. I don't give them any money. What am I looking forward to E3 this year? The Gaming Godfather, I am looking for, I am legitimately looking for, what's it called? Days Gone, Red Dead 2, Last of Us 2. I think those are kind of like the ones I'm really looking forward to. When does fucking God of War come out? Is that next month when God of War comes out? I forget. Can I really make it to VidCon at $18? Clock Cutter, no. But I've got 100 days to go to get to my goal. So we can do it. We can do it. Totally think we can pull it off. It's totally fine. If I don't make it, I don't make it, but it's, I really want to try. The Disaster Artist got Best Screenplay nomination. I agree. At least Boss Baby didn't win it. Yeah, Boss Baby got nominated, and yet Lego Batman didn't. Explain to me how Boss Baby got nominated, but Lego Batman didn't. What the hell? But the problem with it is, though, movies that release in the first, like, half of the year rarely ever get the attention. They do. They rarely ever get the attention. Maddie is fine, Tony. She's doing okay. She's doing okay. So okay, God of War is April 20th. All right, so it comes out 7 days before Avengers. Nice. 11 hours of Last Jedi. How will I make it through the audiobook? I'll make it through okay. Is it has it already been released? I'm checking. Uh-oh, Pirate Bay is down. That's not good. Damn it. As soon as I go to check Pirate Bay, it's already gone. It's already down. So there's definitely that. No, I am wait, hold on. Somebody wrote, holy shit. I just typed into Google The Last Jedi audiobook, and someone actually wrote a 3-hour and 42-minute audiobook, full fan fiction novel. And no and it's narrated by Siri. That's great, man. That is fantastic. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. Okay. Well, you know, we'll have to wait and see what pops up where. I'm gonna go pick it up. I want to check it out. So, but yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna get through that thing. Soul Calibur 6. That should be pretty good. Weird place to buy an audiobook. Yeah, I know. Oh, 1337X better than Pirate Bay. It's better than Pirate Bay if you want movies, though. That's the thing, right? If you want movies, it's better than it is if you're looking for, like, let's see, alternate domain. Okay. No, they have huh. That's kind of weird. Looks like a lot of stuff's getting taken down. So there's only, I don't know. I really don't go on torrent sites very often. I like to check around. Sometimes it's fun, like to look around, like you're looking on the dark web. What are my thoughts on Young Justice? Honestly, I haven't looked into it at all. I don't know. Night Chaos. Have a good night, man. Am I looking forward to Pacific Rim 2? I am. That comes out here a couple weeks, right? Like next week or some shit. I want to see it. YouTube has audiobooks. Yes, it does. You can find them. What do I think of the Detective Pikachu game? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I haven't checked it out. Let's see. They have a book, Canto Bight: The Journey to Star Wars: The Last Jedi. God, Canto Bight just angered me. That just made me mad. This whole thing just made me really, really ticked off. I just thought Canto Bight was shit. So, all right. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up, mostly because I have to go to the bathroom pretty bad. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. The video clips will be up tomorrow for those of what you missed. Be sure to check out the Axiom Dispatch if you want to see more poorly written articles by me. I'll need to go in there and fix that real quick too. And also be sure to check back tomorrow for more stuff. And if you want to jump in the Discord, link below in the video description. Hopefully the internet will be better tomorrow. Things will be better. Won't be as much of a crap fest. And I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great night. Peace out.